Good morning, everybody. It's Mary, and it's Tuesday. Just getting ready to go for coffee soon in a little bit. And I'm just finished my makeup, did my Athens Versailles first, and added some bronzer and some glow illuminator to give me a little bit of a color today. So, many of you don't know this, but I've been an entrepreneur. I've worked from home for 30 years, 30 plus years, 33 years actually. No, 32 years. And I've been in the nutritional business for all that time. And I've helped a lot of people for various health issues just by sharing products that I love, right? For weight loss, I originally started with weight loss in 1992 with a product. It was called Power Trim, and it had ephedra in it. And of course, ephedra is a thermogenic, heats up the body and burns fat, right? And gives people great energy, except the government didn't like natural ephedra in products, so that was canceled. And then it was come out with another weight loss product, then another and another, and nothing could compare to what we had at that time. And so I moved on after 7 years. I did really, really well with that company. I earned a car and I was very successful. It was my first business working for myself. And so I'd introduced it to a lot of people, and a lot of people started working with me, and everybody was making some great income, etc. And then I got tired of that weight loss, trying to replace it, and it wasn't working. The company just couldn't get it together again, although they're still around with some really great products, but it was just timely for me. And a friend who actually was the VP for that company introduced me to another company called Trivita International. Maybe some of you had heard it. And they ran the business through infomercials. So they would do infomercials on sublingual B12 with a formulator by the name of Dr. Libby. Now, I would bet that some of you have taken that sublingual B12 because we had millions of customers respond to those infomercials. And how it worked was we, as partners with the company, entrepreneurs with the company, would purchase you. If you were a customer, you became also our customer, my customer. And so I get interrupted on that video. It was my brother phoning me from Calgary. And my brother's 5 years older, and he has 4-stage cancer. But he's been doing really well for 3 or 4 years. Amazing, actually. And attitude is so much of it, isn't it? So what I was saying was, with that company, what we did was we bought the customers. And so if you were a customer of that company, I would pay Trivita $20 in those days for you as my customer as well. And the company would pay me a residual on your orders. And that happened for 20 years. Later on, the customers became more expensive, like $80, $100 per customer. But we never had to do much. They did all the back-end marketing. They sent catalogs out, and some of you may still receive those catalogs. I'm not with the company anymore. They decided to, unethically, honestly, not have the affiliates anymore. So they just eliminated us, kept the customers, and stopped paying us. But I'm very grateful for the 20 years that I was with that company, because it provided me with a wonderful income. It allowed us to buy a beautiful home. It really changed my life. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So no sour grapes. And it was just what it was, right? So that's my first big success story. And I was talking to Walter the other day about, what do you remember as your first success? It could be when you were a child, right? And I forget what his was. I think it was something to do with baseball. But I remember my first success, and I was about 4, maybe 5 years old. And I was born in New Brunswick, and in a small town. My father was in the RCMP. And so anyway, I was upstairs in this big empty room that we had, and I was sitting in a rocking chair. And I remember I learned to tie my shoes. And I don't feel like anybody was around watching me. I just remember bending over tying my own shoes, and I succeeded. And that's why I remembered it, because I could tie my own shoes now, right? That was my first early success. Anyway, I just want to share that little story with you. I'm just going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to head off for coffee in a little while, and it was fun chatting with you. I'm going to share with you more stories as the time goes on, just to change it up a little bit. So I hope you guys have a great day.